How's it going? Someone Bard here, or you can call me Sully. In continuing with Sulli-Ween, I'm reviewing a horror comedy film that was re-released in 4K in theaters, which include an introduction from the director Michael Dougherty and the animated short film he made at college in 1996 called Season's Greetings, which showed an early version of the trick-or-treater Sam, who's also a character in this film. And I so happened to watch this re-release in theaters, and since it's considered a Halloween favorite for some, I'd like to give my own take on it. First released in limited screenings on December 9, 2007, and then given a wide release on home video on October 6, 2009, it's Dougherty's directorial debut, Trick or Treat. Director Michael Dougherty had made a neat if underwhelming experience of a horror comedy with alright characters, alright stories, and alright effects when needed. The movie is an anthology of 4 stories told during one Halloween night in Warren Valley, Ohio. The first story, Principal, follows Principal Stephen Wilkins poisoning a boy named Charlie with cyanide-filled candy and tries to bury the body in his backyard, unbeknownst to his son Billy, who keeps interrupting him. The second story, Surprise Party, has Laurie, her sister Daniela, and their friends Janet and Marie going to a bonfire party dressed as fairy tale characters, hoping to land a date when they get there. But Laurie is tired of her sister and friends talking about dates, and arrives late to the party as a vampire has been stalking her. The third story, Halloween School Bus Massacre, follows a group of trick-or-treaters, Macy, Chip, Schrader, Sarah, and Rhonda, as they gather jack-o'-lanterns for UNICEF, when they're really bringing them to an abandoned quarry as an offering to the kids who died in an urban legend known as the Halloween School Bus Massacre, where the school bus driver was bribed by the parents of 8 disturbed children to dispose of them, until one of the kids accidentally drove the bus into the flooded quarry. And the fourth story, Sam, has Wilkins' neighbor, Mr. Krieg, being attacked by the trick-or-treater monster, Sam, for stealing candy from other trick-or-treaters. For an anthology film on Halloween, it took every advantage of the holiday and leveled it up with neat twists and turns, and is so soaked in such a Halloween atmosphere that it does a better job of being a Halloween horror film than any of the Halloween Michael Myers films. The colors are a good blend of orange, blacks, and reds. The stories being told seem perfect for the holiday, are very original, and even connect with each other in one way or another, and the violence and scares, though typical, are alright. However, it's not one I consider a favorite of mine. Outside of the scares and violence that didn't grab me as much, I didn't feel as entertained or found it to be as enjoyable as Dougherty's 2015 holiday horror film, Krampus. As that one has a more fun level, the humor's funny, it's a full-fledged narrative around a known legend and adds more to it, and I'm more into Christmas than Halloween. And this one I felt could have done the same with the monster of the film, Sam, making him be the main focus instead of him being a bookend of each story and the film itself. Yet, I don't exactly hate Sam or the idea of him. He has a nice design, his methods of killing and scares are creative, and he's a pumpkin kid who will spare your life if you give him candy or follow Halloween traditions, such as don't put away your decorations before the night ends and to not steal candy from trick-or-treaters. But his appearance felt minimal and went on the length of a 10-minute short, longer than his original appearance in the animated Season's Greetings short film. And though the movie version is better, it could have been used throughout. But that's not the only issue I have with the film. Mr. Krieg makes some breathing noises during his segment, and I thought he was an asthmatic. But he seems fine and he doesn't seem to use an inhaler, so I'm not sure why the sounds are used here, and they did annoy me somewhat. Wilkins himself makes another appearance in the Surprise Party story, where he's the vampire, somehow able to suck blood with false teeth, and gets killed by Laurie and the girls, who were really werewolves disguised as young women, sort of putting a neat little twist on the Little Red Riding Hood story, with Laurie dressed as Riding Hood. I mean, I get the notion of wanting to kill Wilkins off, considering who he is in his own story, but him being in this one is rather questionable. And then there's uses of the R word in the Halloween School Bus Massacre segment, mostly directed at Rhonda, who I feel deserved better than getting pranked by her friends in the quarry, one that almost scared her to death. But her friends do get their comeuppance in the end, which is nice for me and her. So overall, this Halloween horror comedy isn't too bad, yet I wasn't feeling engaged with it, especially with the problems I have with it. It has the right amount of Halloween atmosphere and delivered fine in some places, but as a whole, it lacked in entertaining me and certain moments didn't go all out. And in the end, it's fine, but underwhelming. 2.5 plus, or 2.5 mixed jack-o'-lanterns. And that is it. So thank you for joining me, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you soon in the next video for Sulli-Ween.